Welcome to this week's episode of The Edge. This week you're joining me as we chase bighorn sheep along the Fraser River.
It's been an absolute blast coming out here and drifting the river.
We've been floating the rivers, we've been hiking high, we've been sitting and glassing the flat tops.
We've seen a lot of sheep, seen a lot of deer. Let's go. We're taking you hunting.
It's extremely important to me that we look to the future, tastefully imagining generations to come having the ability to choose to have a hunting lifestyle for themselves.
Hunting is what fuels us, it is what grounds us, and it is what connects us. Hunting is where we come from, and hunting is where we will continue to go.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. On the edge.
The Edge is proudly brought to you by Quiet Cat e-bikes, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, high mountain seasonings, G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt, Vortex Canada, the force of optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, Prime Archery, where accuracy is everything, Canis Athlete, be the wolf, Kafaru International, gear for life, Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Novix Tree Stands, and these fine sponsors.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Edge. I'm your host, Joe Eppele. This week you're joining me as we chase bighorn sheep right here in beautiful British Columbia along the Fraser River.
My first stop on this trip will be to meet up with longtime friends Elesie and Wade Lacton, who will be joining me on this hunt.
You seem to have done pretty well for yourself.
I got lucky.
How many sheep did you say you have now?
12 now.
12 sheep. I'm a member of the less than one club, and I can't see a single wall in your house that has less than one. So I've never been on a jet boat sheep hunt before, so tell me a little bit what we're in for on this. What's the general approach? What are we expecting?
Jet boat's cool because it takes you anywhere you want to go and then you can park wherever you want. See stuff. It's just run right on the sand. It's full Teflon bottom, so you can just run up on the rocks or beach, whatever you want.
So we're out there for sheep, and you said there's some decent viewers in the country too?
Yeah, we seen 4 nice bucks last weekend out there, and then probably 20 sheep.
The sheep are on the one side of the river. We actually go up the opposite side of the river so we can get the best view at them.
Yeah, because you can glass so much better if you hike up the opposite side, and you can just glass the whole plateaus and ravines and all the coulees from the opposite side, and then find what you're looking for instead of walking blind for days.
Then we'll actually shoot up the river,
Yeah,
the engine, and you just
then
kind
just
of drift down.
and then wherever there's somewhere that I know you kind of want to look, you'll just park and then walk up and then spend some time glassing, then come back down and drift some more.
It'll be a good change from the last sheep hunt that was on the stone sheep hunt where it was all hoof and hiking the whole time.
Yeah, this is a little easier. I don't want to say it's super easy, but it's definitely a lot easier than the boat does the work for us.
Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as an easy sheep hunt.
The next morning, we were on the road early, eager to launch the boat and begin the hunt. After listening to all of Carl's stories, I was very eager to see for myself just what this river hunt was all about. And let me tell you, it didn't take long before we got right into the action.
Coming down the river, heading back to camp. Carl spotted something that just didn't quite look right. Ran the boat ashore, took a look. We got 3 beautiful rams fed up above us. We've been working the little drainages up, trying to close distance. Just up on a plateau, in a spot where we can't quite get a good look at all of them. No, one of them's definitely not legal, but the other 2 look pretty good. Just trying to work our way up there, take every opportunity we can to get a look at them. Not too shabby for day one.
routine has been we wake up, make ourselves a quick breakfast, and then we hike in the hills above us. And all we're doing is we're glassing around. There's a ton of drainages everywhere. So we're gonna glass here for the first little bit. We don't see what we like, we'll jump in the boat, head upriver a little ways, cut the engine, and then we just slowly drift down nice and quietly. And anytime we see fresh tracks or an area we want to glass, we just hike up the opposite side of the river, glass into those holes or drainages. And it's worked well so far. We've seen a lot of sheep, seen a lot of deer. Just haven't seen the right sheep yet or the right deer.
All right, Captain Carl, tell us what's our game plan for the day?
Today we're gonna get some blood in the boat. We'll drift down to the big bar slide area. Just climb up on the west walls a few times and just glass across, see what we can find. Pick apart some more sheep.
Perfect. What do you think about the weather we have here today?
Oh, today it's gonna be beauty. My predicament, plus 19, blue skies, some clouds, chance of rain, maybe frost in the morning.
Perfect. As the hunt progressed, we noticed a significant drop in temperature, which seemed to kick the rams into some early rut activity. Floating the river allowed us to slip right in for a front row seat to some of the action.
We had a great start to the day. Saw a lot of action. Temperature dropped quite a bit. We're starting to see some rams actually fighting and lip curling, roaming looking for ewes. But unfortunately, the weather rolled in on us, and it seems like it's going to put a bit of a stop to our afternoon hunts. We're going to float back down to camp, warm up next to a fire, and make a plan for the next step. Well, I no longer finished saying that the weather had turned and we weren't seeing any sheep, so we were going to head back to camp. And I look up over the cameraman's shoulder, and I'm staring at 11 sheep on the side of the hill. So maybe the weather won't be so bad after all. This morning, getting ready to move camp, looked over my shoulder, and we have a young ram chasing a ewe, not even 300 yards from camp. Just a little immature though, so cut it the versus here. We're still gonna move ahead with our plan. We're gonna pack up camp. We're gonna move some new stretch of river, hoping this cold weather is getting them moving, and hopefully we'll find that'll do some folk. Things are getting a little interesting here. While we were away, the ramp that we loaded the jet boat into the water at washed away. So we are now going to have to use the truck and a set of winches and try and pull the jet boat up onto dry land over here. Definitely not what we expected to come back to. I guess you never know what you're gonna get out here. Been motoring on for an hour and seeing more and more of the same. It's not working out for us right now. Spirits are staying high. We're seeing a lot, so it's gonna happen. We just gotta stick it out. Close, but no cigar.
With an appreciation and understanding of the sheer power of the Fraser River, I have to say I was extremely surprised by the frequency at which we saw sheep and deer swimming from side to side. Changing locations mid-hunt can certainly be a bit of a gamble, but we were eager to get our eyes on some new country and hopefully get our eyes on some new sheep. As the days went on, it became increasingly difficult to stay optimistic. Although we were seeing a lot of sheep, we were seeing the same rams day in and day out cruising the river banks with very limited sighting of new rams.
Well, Carl, we're down to our last day of sheep season here. We've been floating the rivers, we've been hiking high, we've been sitting and glassing the flat tops. We've covered, I don't know how much distance. We've had a lot of luck, seen a lot of deer, seen a lot of young rams. What's going to be our key to success today?
Hopefully the right one stepped over the edge. We're finding them, just not finding the right one.
Yeah.
Just need that one. They're all within a half an inch to an inch.
That's a good point.
All we can do is keep trying.
We've seen a lot. We just need to see the right one. We're just missing that one. All right, well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a good day.
We spotted a new group of sheep up at a distant base, and we saw them from really far away. We know there's about 9 sheep in there, so there should be a good ram with the rut acting up the way it is right now. So we've ditched the boat down on the river. We're just gonna hike up to a ridge where we can get a good look at them. We're right down to the final hours, so we've seen a lot of sheep in the area. We just gotta find the right one at this point. And we have a big buck on the ridge right next to us, and mule deer is open right now as well. So if this doesn't play out, we might have to go with plan B.
Hiking and glassing and hiking. We got into this new spot right here, and I think as soon as we got here, we started picking apart the hillside and found rams and ewes everywhere. But still haven't been able to find that one right ram. We've got 3 rams that have been fighting for the last hour and a half on the ridge in front of us. Now one of them's just right there. But We haven't been able to make them grow yet. We're gonna close the distance a little bit and get better eyes on the hillside. Looks like it might be tag soup this year for the sheep hunt. It's the way she goes sometimes.
Running out of light, and it was clear we weren't going to find a full girl ram, so we decided we'd come back over here and see if we could turn up that nice muley buck we passed up on earlier. And we hiked up to where we left him, and he's bedded behind me right now on the ridge in a patch of trees. And he's much nicer than he looked from below. So I'm going to get set up, get a really good look at him through the gun, or through the scope. And this sheep hunt might turn into a mule deer hunt in a real hurry here. So we'll see how this turns out. That's a nice wide looking buck, eh? Spot. He's a dandy buck. I've always been told never look a gift horse in the mouth. He's at 260 right now. I'm gonna swap the spotter out for the rifle. And we're gonna make some magic happen.
Good shot.
That's not the sheep we wanted on the hunt, but that is an absolutely gorgeous muley buck. Definitely my biggest to date. And we got a good hit on him. We got a good hit on him and he bed down. Buck down. And I gotta say a special thank you to Carl and Wade for sharing this hunt with me. This is our second year out on the sheep hunt. I haven't been successful in turning up a full girl, but it's been an absolute blast coming out here and drifting the river and getting to share this with them. So it's just a beautiful buck and a great buck to be able to share with both of them and to share with all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Would you look at that buck? What a dandy. Absolute beauty buck. Last day of our sheep hunt. And this dandy buck gave us an opportunity. We weren't having too much luck with the sheep. And I could not be happier with the way that turned out. Gorgeous buck. It's got some crazy character to him. Wide as could be. And a great finish to a great hunt with some great buddies. Oh my gosh. Wade and Carl, I gotta get you guys in here and thank you proper. What a buck. Wade, Carl, thank you guys so much. That's been 2 years hunting out here. And no sheep.
No, seen lots.
So we still got a sheep to go after.
Yeah.
Today was the last day, so season's closed for this year. So we won't be getting a sheep this year.
Next
But
year.
I guess this is an annual thing now. We're gonna have to go out and run these rivers every year. And my wife will certainly be happier letting me get out of the house now when I come home with all of this fresh meat. That certainly is a great cap to a great trip. And we're gonna have to have some backstraps by the campfire camp tonight, guys.
Sounds good.
Works for you guys?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for more action right here on The Edge. By the time we got back to camp last night, it was a little late for our back straps over the fire. We just got to bed. So what I've done here is I've got the back straps, and we're gonna do bacon and eggs with some high mountain seasoning back straps for the boys to get the day started off right. Left a little bit of bacon grease here in the pan, and I've rubbed the back strap down with high mountain seasoning venison rub. And all we're gonna do is give them a quick fry on each side. Then we're gonna have bacon, back straps, and eggs for breakfast. All right, Carl, how'd we do?
Pretty good. Tastes delicious. Nice and tender. Good spices. Have a bite.
The Edge is proudly brought to you by Quiet Cat e-bikes, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, high mountain seasonings, G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt, Vortex Canada, the force of optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, Prime Archery, where accuracy is everything, Canis Athlete, be the wolf, Kifaru International, gear for life, Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Novix Tree Stands, and these fine sponsors.